pass the address of this head pointer, and the num new value. Suppose we want to insert 10. So after, when this is called, then the 10 will be inserted at the beginning of the list. Similarly, so in the next time when we add at beginning, suppose we want to next add 20 at the beginning of the list, then we have to call this function by similar method. This will be added. Now we want to see now how the list will be. Now the list will be, this will be 20 and this will be 10. So how to see that list has been stored, a node has been inserted in this way? That means we have to display the elements of the list. So for that we have to traverse the list which starts from this node, which is the head node. So how to display, how to traverse the list? Suppose for that what we have to do, we have to declare a pointer struct node type pointer. Okay, and in this pointer we will store the head address of the head of the list, that which is stored in this variable head pointer. So ptr will contain the value head pointer. Okay, now if ptr is not, that means now ptr is containing the address of the first node. So now if ptr is not equals to null, if ptr is not equals to null, so what we have to do, we have to display the data part. How this can be done? A printf %d, then ptr data part will be displayed, and after that we will go to next node. So this is modified. Now ptr will be this node which is found by the next part. So current ptr will be the next part of the previous ptr, that is ptr next. So ptr now again it will check whether this ptr equals to null or not. So there, instead of it, there will be a while. So while ptr is not equals to null, then print a percentage data ptr. That means now ptr is this node pointing to this node. So data part will be printed. Now ptr will be modified ptr by next. Now ptr contains the null. So while ptr is not equals to null, then only data will be printed. So it will not enter within the while loop. It will come out from the loop, and in this way we can display the linked list item by traversing the elements starting from the beginning to the end of the list. So this part will be implemented in C. Let's see how to do it. Actually, already I have written the program code. Only the theoretically how this is working, how program code is being written, that has been explained by using this diagram. Now by seeing the diagram, we are writing the code and we have written such way. Now we will implement whether this code is working properly or not. That we will see practically. Okay. So we are going to the program editor, which is I'm going to the destination folder where I will store the C file. Suppose cd. Is there any folder now within this? Okay. So C order cd within that. Now I will write the program within it. Gedit, which is, it is a single linked list. This linked list is of type simple. Actually, linked list is of two. There are more variation of linked lists, just like double linked list, circular linked list, that will be discussed one by one. But this is the basic first one, which is single linked list. That means which contains only each node contains only one pointer, which is pointing to the next node in the list. So to get any information about data of any of the intermediate nodes, we have to traverse a list starting from the head node, then traversing next node one by one. In this way, we have to traverse the entire list. The single list dot c, that is the file name. So what this program does, this program implements singly linked list and perform operations on it. Perform insertion operation. Now it is we are writing it for insertion operation we are writing it at the beginning of the list. So perform insertion operation at the beginning of the list. Insertion operation at the beginning of the list. Okay. So hash include stdio.h. Now I want to say here another header file we want to include, because we have used built-in function, which is malloc, for allocating the memory location for the new node, which is defined in another header file. So we have to include that header file also, because otherwise we cannot use malloc function, which is built in within C. That function, to use that function, we need to another header file where it is actually defined. So that is stdlib.h. And here I will now, what we have to do, for each node will be a structure of type, because it contains two parts of different types of data, so that each node will be of type struct. So struct struct, and the name of this structure I'm giving name node, which will point to every node in the linked list, which contains only two parts, which is integer part data and a pointer part, which is pointing to another node in the list. So pointer is pointing to another node, that means it is a pointer of type struct node. Struct node pointer next, which is pointing to the next node in the list.